Hey, what's up? It's Tiffany. Before we get started on this week's episode, please be sure to send us your requests at booshakalakapodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter X, Booshakalakapod. You can also find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Instagram at Booshakalakapodcast. Hey, everybody. Happy Halloween week. Welcome back to the Booshakalaka Podcast. I'm your host, Tiffany, joined with my co-host, Pierre.
You killed me. I hate losing. But there are worse ways to die than the hands of a man like you. I love how cold and focused your eyes are. I look forward to the day when those eyes will be wide with agony. It's coming. It's coming.
Death becomes her.
Oh my God. What the fuck? Like, no, that's Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I had to do an anime.
Oh yeah. Only anime, I promise you, the only anime I've seen is either Sailor Moon or Street Fighter.
The fact that you said Street Fighter.
Yeah, those are the only ones. I haven't seen anything else.
Oh my God. Okay.
Oh, wait. Kiki's Delivery Service.
What the fuck is that?
That's one of the best. I think it's Japanese.
You don't get to say that when you haven't seen it. You don't get to say that.
But that's the original. That came out when we were kids. This is something I would have watched as a kid. Look up Kiki's Delivery Service. She rides around on a broom.
Okay,
goodbye. I like Kiki's Delivery Service. I don't care. But we're here for another wench on a broom. Louise Miller. We're here to review 1989's Teen Witch, and the synopsis is high school nerd. Maybe. Louise Miller learns from a psychic, Madame Serena, that she's possessed with magical abilities that will begin working on her 16th birthday. When the prophecy proves true, the teenager uses her new powers to get what she's always desired: popularity. After getting back at some bullies, the young witch casts a spell over hunky jock Brad Powell, but Louise soon learns that getting what you want isn't all it's cracked up to be.
Damn. I like to amend all that. But
like this movie had stakes.
That's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for a point where I was like, oh no, and it never happened. And I was like, well, maybe back in 1989, they didn't have to have plots or conflict.
I remember everything that happened in this movie, but I remembered it completely out of order. Okay. I really thought she was popular right after she went to Madame Serena. Right after she met
I did too. I did too.
Because I was like, an hour? We've been watching. I really paused it. I was like, it's been an hour and she's just doing the popularity spell. What is going on?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And first off, I do not remember this opening.
I do. Now I remember the opening. So we start off with this.
That wasn't edited for the Disney Channel?
No. We start off with this I hate you. We start off with this 80s dance video.
Never gonna be the same again.
It's slow motion. Like it's so just orgasmic. I don't know.
Sultry.
Yeah, it was a great opening. But it was very 80s.
Louise looked 35 years old. She looked so old. It was very 80s. It was the styling and the makeup, but oh my goodness, I couldn't believe it.
It was very 80s, like putting a hack drug up your nose. And she's basically dancing with her crush, Brad.
Are they dancing or are they strutting?
She's basically. This is what dancing was back then. This was that that forbidden dancing that they had in Footloose. So yeah,
they were doing a lambada.
So she's having a dream. She wakes up and we see her disgusting. Like he was the perfect, disgusting, annoying ass little brother. Like he just looked like a human. He looked like a rat that got turned into a human.
I wanted to throw up every time Rover Dangerfield was on my screen. Because you cannot tell me he did not look like Rover Dangerfield.
He was under her bed eating the chocolate cake. What are we doing, sir? Like, where's your life? It's like
the little kid Angus from Matilda. Who did he think he was? I hate it every time.
You can do it, Brucey. You can do it, Bruce.
That was his name.
Have you seen his glow up though?
No, I need to look it up.
Basically,
I just
the plot from It. That's how he looks. Think of It.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Kiss me, fat boy.
Right. I mean, you wouldn't even be able to tell. But that was
awesome.
That was baby
Good
fat though. It
Is
was
that
the
baby
haircut.
fat? No, this just fat, baby.
All right. So Louise has a very normal life. She's still rich. I'm so tired of this bullshit.
Baby.
This is what happened with She's All That when I went and rewatched it. I'm like, she's rich. Like her house is like
he had a pool cleaning service. He serviced the town in California. Hell, they had money.
I just was, I was just very thrown away by that. But yeah, so she's basically a rich white girl, but her mom makes her dress like she's a Mormon. That's her issue. She's still beautiful. Her mom got her dressed in these long ass socks with these Doc Martens.
She's nice and she's smart and she's pretty. That's
right. But she dresses like Carrie. That's the only issue. Like she dresses like she in a third world country. I don't understand what the fuck's going on. She has a really good friend. She has Polly, which we're gonna talk about how Polly a fake ass bitch later on. But she has a good friend. But basically she just wants to be more. So she walks outside. She sees her crush across the street. He's picking up his girlfriend. So Brad is dating the most popular girl in school. Now,
Brenda.
This is a trope I don't like.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you why.
I'm listening.
Because from just watching the movie, and I'm not talking about later on, but from here on, we're not giving an indication that this is a bad girl, that she's like rude or like she's like the typical mean girl. So my thing is like, you're lusting after somebody, like you're lusting after somebody's boyfriend. Like,
well, she does one mean thing.
We'll get there, but so far she has not. She just got in a damn car.
Oh, right.
And it's like, how
Louise is a creep at this point. Louise is a fucking creep at this point.
And I just
let's keep it real.
The trope of like, oh, I want to date this guy and he's the most popular, but he has a girlfriend. It's like, we got to stop this whole infantilizing of these popular dudes. He's dating her and he knows she's a bitch, but he does not care. So it's just like,
correct.
At some point, y'all got to learn he's not the one for you. And that's why he's not the one for you, because he's choosing to date a bitch and he's going to grow up and she's going to vote for Trump. So it's just like, this is his life. So
deal breaker.
The trope is just annoying because I'm like, well, you're lusting after him, but you see who he is by who he's dating. Like, I'm not going to date just an asshole. Like,
right.
So yeah, but moving along, she shows up at school.
This movie switches scenes so fast.
It does.
Switches scenes so fast. Like,
is
home,
she like
school, Madame Serena, school, Madame Serena, home.
I'm guessing she's like the smartest girl. He says she's an honor student. I didn't understand why she was in class late. I really didn't care. Now, this would piss me off.
Yeah, that was really weird.
Yeah.
That was really weird. But wait, you forgot to mention that we met the Beastie Boys.
Oh, no, I was about to mention him because he pissed me off, Tiffany.
We see them first.
Talking about I didn't know you went to school here. Bitch, you look 40. I didn't know you went to school here. I was like, did he... With your 5 o'clock shout out,
I'm like 89. He was definitely born in the 50s, for sure.
Like, you son of a bitch. How dare you? Oh, I know you went to school here.
You're why is that always so hard? You gotta
I couldn't tell. I don't know, because I couldn't tell if it was cultural appropriation or if they were just I think
they were trying to be like the Beastie Boys, who actually had street credit, and besides like dressing like Run DMC and whatnot, they were rapping about stuff that they know. You know, they weren't making stuff up. They were really from New York, New Jersey, wherever the hell.
So they were like Malibu's Most Wanted. Everybody strapped with a 9.
Yeah, but they had a little bit more. They had a little bit more street cred than.
Oh, okay.
You know.
I don't remember his name either, so I know you just stumbled up.
Malibu. Oh, Malibu.
What was his name though?
What's the rap that he did in the car? Traffic. Looking for my chapstick.
There's a full Maverick.
I hate that movie.
So yeah. And her teacher's like an asshole. Like, for no reason. Like, for her to be an honor student, she doesn't have the cred with the teachers like she should.
He's a misogynist incel. I don't care what anybody says.
Most likely. He just doesn't like that she's a smart girl. And so in the beginning,
he mocks her relentlessly for being late. I do wish Louise would have said, "Oh, I had to plug it up." Something. You know, I want to make you feel uncomfortable. You're making me feel uncomfortable. I'm gonna make you feel uncomfortable.
He like, Bonnie, sorry, my pedicure ran late. Like, just, like, throw in a little zinger. Like,
I had to take a shit.
Wait a minute.
Whatever you want to say. These are things that we do. You're not going to embarrass me. Like I said, you make me feel uncomfortable. I'm going to do the same for you. What's good for you?
I mean, because yeah, tardiness. But my thing is, you're the teacher. Okay, is she usually tardy? I just feel like there are so many nuances. But he was just being an asshole for no reason, and they set him up to be just that.
Right. That's literally.
So in the beginning of the movie, because her brother's a fucking creep, he reads her diary, and he actually ripped the page out, which that's a violation. Why are you ripping shit out? It's one thing to read it. Why are you ripping shit out? So she took it from him, and so when they're passing up their essays, she accidentally passes up the piece of her journal. And so this asshole reads it out loud in class with Brad in the classroom with her. So now everybody knows she got a crush on Brad, including Brad.
And his name is mentioned in the diary.
Now that principal would have just had to.
He read it like it was smut. Let's put it that way. It was smut. It was very sexual, and he read it in front of this high school class like it ain't no thing. I would have been like, hey, the teacher's reading porn in class. Get him out of here. Mm-hmm. That's why what she does to him, I feel it should have been more worser. I know it's not a word, but I feel like it should have been more worser.
It adds, you know what? I feel it.
So. He should have, and he knocks over her purse, and he picks up her tampons, or is that a little bit later? That part?
Yeah, I think that's later.
Okay, but still, he goes out of his way to embarrass Louise. Period.
So she runs off.
This is when I realized, holy shit, this movie is a musical. Because I did not know it was a musical.
Was it though? I feel like there were two songs. There weren't two songs in the movie.
Because right after this is when the cheerleaders.
I know.
Boys.
I thought it was. See, when I think of the most popular, I thought those were montages. I didn't really feel like they were singing, so I didn't think it was a musical. But whatever.
It's a musical.
She go to the bathroom, she crying, and Polly Pocket, she like, don't be upset. It really kills me. Her wardrobe. I hate them shoes with them socks, and then everything's brown and beige and dark, like pastels, ladies, pastels. Like she's just dressed like she don't want to be popular, and it pisses me off. So we're also introduced to her real talent. I don't give a damn about the cheerleaders and singing the cheerleading song. All you need to know is they some hoes.
They didn't have any shower shoes on in the bathroom.
They didn't need it back then because athlete's foot was invented by the Democratic Party. So so her
allegedly her
true talent is theater. So they're auditioning for Romeo and Juliet.
Oscar bitch.
She get up there and she do her big one. I was very surprised that she didn't get cast as the lead, but maybe she didn't get cast as the lead because she's not popular. But the theater teacher likes her, so I was very thrown how like that's where she gets her confidence because she's really shy and meek, but when she's acting, oh Brad, come here, oh yeah, baby, like she was doing it, like she gave me everything I needed. I didn't understand why the teacher who likes her did not cast her, but cast the popular girl. Didn't understand.
She said the lead roles go to Brad and Kiki. And Louise, you're going to be the costume assistant. Did I sign up for that? What are you talking about?
Look, participation trophy.
If I'm not in the play, I'm not in the play. Deuces. I'm not going to voice.
But she's also she's also the understudy, but that we don't find out till later. So she's coming home from school. She's all disappointed. She's riding her bike in this skirt. I know you can do it. It just seems completely illogical.
Very uncomfortable.
So she's riding home. Brad and I forgot what the girlfriend's name is. Beth.
Randa.
Randa?
I just said it.
Randa? That is
her daddy name must have been Randall.
That's so lazy. And they're driving it, but then she decides to start sucking him off. And because she's doing that, this is just dangerous. Damn it. This is why disturbing behavior came out.
That's why Louise should have said thinner instead of fucking popular.
Never saw the movie.
Okay. So in the beginning, a wife was sucking off the fat husband and they run over the gypsy guy. And then they lie in court and they get off. Like they kill him and they lie in court and they get off. So they run over the gypsy's mama. And they call them gypsies in the movies, by the way. So then the gypsy father comes up to her and he says, thinner. And basically the curse is no matter what he eats, he will continue to lose weight till he's basically frail and die. So whenever I see a movie of somebody, some woman, bang, 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 with a guy, I immediately think about that. So
I hate this because I know what you're talking about now because it was on an American Dad episode. There was a whole American Dad episode.
And look, it all comes back to Stephen King some way or another.
Like, damn it. So yeah. So he nearly runs her off. What he does run her off the road. So she's on a bike. She crashes. He does stop, unlike those assholes. And I still know what you did last summer. And he goes and checks on her. Now this is when Randa becomes the bitch because he helps her up. He's like, "You okay?"
In her defense, I will go ahead.
Okay, you can defend her, but Your Honor, may I? Her bench. So he's like, are you okay? Let me, typical nice stuff. Like, are you okay? I want to take you home. And she's like, no. Here she go. No. She said she's all right, Brad.
Bitch, she got an attitude. She's mad because he ran off the road. She's like, no, I'm good. He's like, are you sure? I'm good. He asked her 3 times. And Louise says, no, I'm good. That's when Randa says, she says she good. Let's go. So everybody was, he was asking her for a ride. And she said no. He kept asking her if she wanted a ride. No. Like, if I tell you no one time, that no means no, Brad. But anywho.
He almost committed vehicular manslaughter. So I'm just thinking he was trying to be sympathetic. And I just felt like that was a bitchy time to be like, girl, you should have been, if anything, she should have been like, girl, you all right? But she.
Right.
She wanna.
Yes, okay.
She wants pre-cum in her mouth.
We meet the queen. We'll go over and meet the
queen. So I don't know. So she walks home with the bike and in the tire flat. Yeah. She's looking, but the tire flat. That's what pissed me off. And then it's about to rain. Girl, so she goes to the fortune teller that she ain't never seen the fortune teller building in this town in her life. So she go up in there and she's like, hey, I need.
It was a pop-up, like Spirit Halloween.
She went in there and said, hey, I need to use your phone. She said, girl, I ain't got a goddamn phone. What the fuck? So, and so, by the way, y'all, this is Zelda. If y'all don't know who Zelda is, she is incredible. Like, she's who Peter Dinklage wishes he is. So yeah, she's
Zelda Rubinstein.
Yeah, she's no longer with us, RIP, but she was the actress. She's Tiffany's favorite from the fucking Poltergeist. So yeah.
Carolina.
And she was also a very good person. So if you don't know her, go research her. She's very good. Great. So yeah, she go up in there. She'll let them read your palm. She's like, I ain't got no money. She's like, just give me what you got. She's like, I only got $6. She's like, oh, I knew that. I thought that was hilarious.
Oh, well, I'm not supposed to see it. Put it under this towel.
So she starts reading her palm and she starts getting a weird vibe. She's like, wait a minute, bitch, who are you? What's your name? She's like, girl, my name is Louise Miller. She said, Miller. So she ends up telling her that she's like, you're one of us and you have these powers and your powers going to activate on your 16th birthday, which is next week. Ooh, I knew that, which she did know. But, so she's just like, okay, lady. And then she go home. I don't even know how she gets home because the phone, did you just walk? What's going on, babe? It was right. I heard thunder.
It doesn't matter. Plot armor. Let's go. We're back at the house and it's her birthday. And
girl,
she's sitting with her parents and her stanky brother. I don't even know the brother's name. Rover Dangerfield. She's sitting with her Rover and her parents.
Girl, no, it's what is it? Boner. I don't know. It's that's the brother from the hot chick.
I cannot remember his name. Disgusting. Brandon.
It's crazy because I know so much about the actor because the actor is a gay man. It's fucking Richie. And that's why I was bringing up it. Richie. So this is the saddest birthday I've ever seen in my life. It's just her parents in the living room with the brother. And he's standing over her cake, ready to eat it.
He was dipping into it. Just dipping and eating.
And
no one's coming to your sweet 16 party, Louise.
And then her mom's like, did you mail the invitations? I'm like, damn, it's like that. Damn. You didn't just go up to school and be like, yo, party at my house. Like,
no, that is a stereotype. Cut it out.
It's 10 things I hate about you.
We used to drop them in our friends' lockers.
And 10 things I hate about you. Sexy boy. You just dropped the flyers down the stairwell.
I don't remember anything about that movie. But this part pissed me off because Polly ass wasn't even there. We get a phone call,
baby,
and it's
fake ass.
Hold on. We get a phone call, and it's Polly on the phone. She's like, "Hey, girl, what's up? I'm in the mall going to get you a present because, girl, I forgot it was your birthday today. Whoops!" And guess who I saw in the mall? I saw. Guess what I heard? I heard Tracy and Eric over talking that Randa is throwing a party on your birthday, and Louise is like, "Okay, just come over."
Baby, also, this is your only friend. How did you forget it was her birthday?
Why are you getting a present the day of?
Not even the day of, the night of, girl.
Did she have to wait for her allowance on Friday? I used to get $20 every Friday for my allowance, but maybe that's what it
then she talking about come over. We never see her come over. So she in bed and I don't know.
Don't.
She's having
no one's coming to your sweet 16 party, Louise.
She's having a magical orgasm, and it's understood that maybe her powers are activating. I'm guessing that's what's going on. Why this scene was included. It wasn't a long movie, so I'll give them
powers activate.
I'll give them a pass on editing because it wasn't a long movie. So
we learned about Spanky sperm, Edna the egg, and a condom. I know that was cut out on the Disney Channel.
Was it really?
It had to have been sex ed. I remember.
I wouldn't know because the shit ain't on Disney Plus. And I know this used to come on the Disney Channel. I don't know why they're trying to gaslight us
religiously.
But they're trying to gaslight us like it's because it's not a Disney.
They cut that sex scene. They cut that abandoned house scene. Baby, they cut that shit. I remember. So at school the next day, we see Mrs. Frizzle with Louise. And she tells her, this is the theater teacher, I can't remember her name. She tells Louise, "Hey, I found this necklace, this amulet, and I think it will just really give you good luck, Louise. Like, plot armor. We just, everything's just falling into place. Everything's falling into place." So immediately Louise feels different as she begins to wear the amulet regularly. And then Randa comes up and she's like, "Hey, Louise, you want to come to the farmer's dance, whatever the hell this dance was.
Harvest fest.
The harvest dance with my cousin David." And Louise is like, "I really want to go with Brad, Randa. You fucking know that." And Polly's like, "Just go with David because then you can get Brad. You go suck Brad off in the bathroom. Come on, just do it." So Louise is like, "Okay, I guess I'll go." And we automatically know that David is going to be a fucking nerd. But he's a fake nerd.
Exactly, because he was handsome. I'm like,
he almost looked better than Brad.
Almost. The issue with David is he's a fucking pervert. So these are the guys. Can I get on my soapbox real quick? Can I tiptoe into my heels?
Please. I don't think you ever come down from it.
So I have an issue with this. Because these are the nerds. These are the nerds who be like, "Oh, the girls never liked me. I liked anime." No, you were perverted. You were misogynistic. And you were low-key rapey. Because, like, when I was listening to this movie, I was like, wait a minute. Because I saw the rating at the beginning. I was like, wait a minute, this is PG-13? And then I'm hearing him talk.
Right.
He didn't say cock. He said hard on. He was just like, I was like, this is a lot of sexual shit to be saying to a girl you just met.
Right.
So the only thing nerd about him, y'all, is that he has glasses. He's tall. He got, like, the hair from the 80s. He got, like, the big he looks pompadour. He looks like Steve from Full House. Like, he really
okay.
There wasn't much nerdy about him besides
I was thinking like Danny Zuko from Grease.
I just watched that movie this year. I just watched that movie.
Sorry.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Yeah.
Everybody look 85 in that movie.
No, but don't.
But yes, he's a douche. They understand. So Louise, there's like a big scene about Louise's mother buying her this sweater. It's like a pink and green sweater, and
she looks terrible.
It's a sweater vest, and it's not the worst, but what she pairs it with makes it the worst because she has on plaid, stripes, and polka dots. I swear at one time, and it's so heavy. Like, baby, where do you live? Nebraska? How cold is it outside? But anyway, she goes to the bathroom and puts on her skate gear. She said,
Yeah, she pulled the Buffy. Is he gone?
$1, bitch.
I love this color. And so basically,
did you see what they do to animals? When I was young, I thought that's what that meant too.
What?
Animal cruelty was putting the makeup on the animals.
Don't they still test it on animals though? I mean, Okay. I
like how she like basically making up their face. That's not it.
Oh, okay. Because it would be
Yes.
absolutely, if scientists did that, it'd be absolutely fucking hilarious.
It'd be ridiculous. But David is really weird because he's like, hey, you want to go smoke some weed?
Another reference. I was like, he talking about drugs. This was not on the Disney Channel. But I know it was on the Disney Channel. It was on the Disney Channel.
It was on the Disney. I mean, it was adapted. It wasn't a Walt Disney Pictures production.
I just couldn't believe, like, I'm like, what makes this a Disney movie?
Disney will put fucking snakes on a plane if they can make it PG on their program. They'll find a way to do it. Editing.
Disney Channel back in the day was very like, I'm just surprised, but because I know I watched this on Disney Channel. But yeah,
we see our girl's magic start to work. So Louise goes and sits down by Polly after, I don't know what she does with David, but she's like, I just wish Brad would just look at me. Brad looks over.
Oh,
and she's like, well, I wish Brad would come and talk to me.
He's looking at you.
And he comes over and talks to her. He's like, hey, Louise, can we go talk outside for a second? And we're all thinking, oh, shoot, this is it. This motherfucker asked, can you help me with my English paper?
She's so visibly let down. It's weird how acting was so different back then, but it just worked. Because, she was like, God damn. And so, yeah, she's going to
you heard that in the background.
tutor him. Here come, another random being a bitch. Having fun. She was like, I didn't understand this. She said, give David your keys because we're going to ride with Kiki to her house.
Another party.
Yeah. And I'm like,
basically, Louise and David could not come to that party. That's all I got from it.
Okay, because I just was like, why would he have my keys? How am I going to get my car back? I had to go all the way back. Like, why? That just seems like a lot. Maybe gas, but gas was 50 cents. So fuck it. So on the ride, she's under the impression that they're going to Kiki's, but he takes her somewhere else because David girl, fuck y'all, fuck all that. So, and he trying to get frisky with her because he's a pervert, like I said.
He starts going berserk. Like, for real.
For real?
He's literally trying to push her head down in his lap.
Again, this was not on damn Disney Channel.
I was so angry. She's like, I wish you would just leave me alone.
And it was
disappears.
See, I remember you know how they used to preview the movies on the Disney Channel? I remember that being one of the previews, like that little magical little disappeared. Now,
premiere of Teen Witch Friday, January 15th at 8 Central.
Now this and so basically after this happens, he disappears while the car is driving. So she crashes and dies. And the movie ends. Because that's what God. There's no way. I'm like, ma'am,
Louise.
There's no way you can survive it. Like that magic is not that okay. But anywho, so she like, holy shit, let me go see Serena because some weird shit going down.
This was weird. She drives home, then gets her bike and bikes to Serena's. But why you didn't just drive to Serena's in that car?
Yeah, theft.
But guess what? Serena not home.
If David is alive.
Serena not home. We never hear from him again, baby. She's not at home. So she bikes back to the house. And then she's at home and her brother is making the most disgusting concoction pizza something. There is marinara all over the walls in the kitchen, and he is like dabbing his fingers into the crust. Flames.
Now, oh my God. I want to defend him. I want to come with the defense. Boys do this type of shit. That's what boys do. Like, yeah, that's some shit a boy. Yeah, that's some shit a boy would do. Not even to like, even if he was hungry, because the thing about it is most boys don't eat that shit because they know they're like, nah. But yeah, just to play with a bunch of, I've done that before. Just grabbed a bunch of ingredients and just went to town, and then poured it down the drain before mom got home.
But he is like 13.
Yeah. That's why they came out with the easy bake oven. And remember that little nasty It was like you make these gummy worms and shit with the little professor. Yeah, that's why they came out with that shit.
But Louise is telling him, you got to clean this up. This is disgusting. She's getting frustrated. And he's like, you think you're hot stuff because you went to a dance. No one wants to date you because you're a dog, Louise. A dog.
He's clearly from New York. And
he's not from California.
And so,
and because he says that, he turns into a dog.
Mm-hmm. It's a cute dog too.
I needed him to stay a dog for the rest of his life.
Mm-hmm. And so, I don't even think they explain this in the movie. But anyway, I'm gonna get to what I'm talking about.
They do.
Oh, they do. So she's just like, he's freaking out. He still can talk, which would piss me off. Because the whole point of me turning you into a dog, I want to hear your fucking voice. Arf, bitch. So he's just freaking out. He's like, oh my God, you told me to. So she ends up running some bath water, a bubble bath, a big ass bubble bath, and then puts the dog in there, which breaks the spell. And he's just like, yeah, it's a fun little moment. It's cute. So now, Serena, what the fuck is going on, girl? And so Serena is just like, I was supposed to tell you this last time, but I didn't. So basically, we're reincarnated best friends. We're riches, dear. And she shows her a booklet with her what was her old name?
Modesty Miller.
Oh yeah. Modesty. That's why she dressed like that. Modesty Miller. And then Serena got the same damn name. So she just keeps getting named Serena. And they were basically just old witches, but they keep getting reincarnated over and over again, which I thought was a very cool concept that they really didn't lean into like I needed them to. Because it's like, well, if y'all are always best friends, why she'll find you so late in life? Well, late in your life. So, because she's older, so it's like, why is she significantly younger than you in every life? That's weird. But yeah,
because it was only like a 20-year age difference of when each witch was born.
So, and she shows her the amulet and she's like, oh yeah, it found its way to you because it's yours. Like, that's how magic works. It's nature and da-da-da-da-da. So she gives her a spell book and she tells her she can make anything happen. Like, there are like no rules to this. Like, it's just like, go ham, bitch. Like, there's
yes. Only thing is she tells her that because she's new to the game, not true to the game, that her powers aren't strong enough. So water can break her spells, basically. That's why Richie turned back into a human after she put him in the water. And that's why Madame Serena's like, come on, girl, let's make some money. They make some money and Louise gets freaked out because they made money appear. I don't know why she gets freaked out. Your brother turned into a fucking dog, right, but you're scared about money appearing out of nowhere?
Baby, the way I would
And she spills water on it and Serena was like, oh no. Not my money. Like she needed the points.
That was hilarious because it was just 20s though. She was like she wanted to do hundreds. So yeah, but she does stay and she's like, all right, try it out. So she goes to, I hope I'm going in order because I don't want to skip around, but I'm tired of looking at my notes every 5 seconds.
She heads back to school.
Oh, I thought she went to the
and she tries the spell about the harness of the powers.
Oh, was that at the school? They have just a merry-go-round at school?
And she makes Kiki and friends basically.
Oh no! Wait! I was talking about when she went to the carnival thing to make the wind blow when she was testing it out.
Yeah, that's what I said. She harnessed the wind and the rain. That was it.
Oh, I didn't hear you say that.
Oh yeah. wait.
But I know because I noticed that when I'm like watching it back, I'm like, did they be saying some hilarious shit and I don't be hearing her? You said something hilarious the last episode, and I just did not. I don't remember you saying it.
But yes. But she makes them all tell the truth to each other. At first, they're like, "Oh my God, Kiki, your shirt is amazing," and then she makes them tell the truth. You know what, Kiki, that shirt is shit.
And you can't sing. You're off key.
When she said the roots, I laughed out loud.
And then they dropped the bitch word. What movie is this? I was like,
1989, PG-13. Like, so different.
I know they did not. I know. I'm sure they edited that out, but I do not remember them just going like crass with it. Like, not bitch.
They fight, and then one of them gets pushed in the water in the pool,
spell breaks.
And then So it's like, shit, So sad. So Serena, my girl, Serena, we see Serena in there playing with toads, basically trying to turn him into a prince. She's the princess and the frog. Serena comes over. I'm sorry. Louise comes over and she says, Serena, I really want to make Brad love me. And Serena says, yeah, we can do that. But I need your help. Wait, she says, I need your help first. And she's like, okay. So she holds onto her hand and she says some kind of spell and the toad disappears to who knows where. I'm thinking up her butt. And Serena's like, all right, girl, thank you so much. You did the spell for me. Now get the fuck out of here. And we see Serena's man looking so lame with a big old business suit on. And she's like 4 or 5. And this guy was at least 6'2". I didn't like the way that looked. I have never understood that contrast of somebody so short wanting to be with somebody so tall and vice versa.
And they were just explaining this because the fact that y'all do that is because everybody's like, oh, because a lot of short women.
I am taller than the average woman.
You are. A lot of short women be like, ooh, I want a man who like 7 foot tall, but like all these men are short, and somebody had to explain the way genetics work. That's why, like, because you're short as hell, he's tall. Genetics. Your son is 5'8", and that's all. Like, that's why the tall men are disappearing. Y'all need to, get your match because you're breeding them out. All right.
I mean, I refuse to date anyone under 5'11". So, but I mean, I at least say 5. I mean, I'm 5'6.5". So, 5'11" is not that bad.
No,
I'm not walking around saying I need him to be 6'5". That would be great, but I'm not saying that.
I'm not a height.
But 5. Like I said, 5'10" and below, maybe 5'10", but below 5'10",
I'm not a height person. I don't know what y'all get out of that.
You like mid. It's a big difference. It is. Let me tell you something. It is a feeling. Not even lying. It is a feeling of security. It is. You're my height. What are we doing? Am I going to jump on your shoulders and we're going to fight somebody?
Short dudes notoriously always want to fight.
It's a feeling, you know why? It's a feeling of security. I want some big arms, not big arms. I want somebody bigger than me. I want somebody taller than me, and I want somebody bigger than me. I don't want to go over and be like, hey, babe, you got a shirt I can put on, and it's a fucking medium, and it falls at my waist. No, I'm not doing that ever again.
I'm not. Well, I guess that makes sense because I don't like that. That's intimidating to me when you're that tall. Like, I don't like sit down because I feel like when you stand up,
certain heights when they get like 6'4" and higher, I'm like, ooh, kind of scary.
As
but
long
like
as you're
5'10" to 6'2" is very cushiony for me.
Yeah, as long as you're taller than me, it's fine. I just don't. But no, you can't be gargantuan because then I feel like you want to fight me every time you stand up. So,
and I feel like if I were to date women, it'd probably be the total opposite. I don't want no big old woman. I mean, I'm just saying, I'd probably be the big person in that scenario. I don't know. Anyway, so
she's giving her the green light. She give Louise the damn green light. So she's like, oh, baby, I'm about to cast spells all through this motherfucker. And so she starts light. At first, she comes. Okay, so are we at the voodoo doll part?
No. So Serena tells Louise, this is the spell you can do. Do this, chaturanga, sprinkle this shit on your bed, get him to sit on it and say the spell. He'll be yours forever. Brad makes his way over to her house. He comes to her room. He's like, hey, where's the chairs? Did you not see that chair by the front door with the clothes on it? Did you not see that chair?
I didn't understand why everybody was making a big deal about the chairs.
Yes, her brother comes in and asks for the chairs. Her daddy comes in and asks for the chairs. Louise tries to do the spell. She's like, I can't do this. It's ridiculous. So she opens up her closet and she has a fucking a dinner set in her fucking closet. She got a table and 4 chairs. Louise, what are you doing in your room with all those chairs? I got 2 chairs in my room. One for my vanity, which is a stool, and one for my computer desk. Louise, what's going on? I guess she was having real life tea parties up in there. I don't know. So she's chatting with Brad in class the next day. So, they're hitting it off. They're finding they have a lot of things in common. Brad is telling her that, the typical, oh, I don't want to date Rand because Rand is a bitch. And, I'm so popular right now. What's going to happen when I'm not popular? Oh, God, when I got to go to college, Louise, I don't know how I'm going to deal with it. Even though I look like this and I'm a star football player, how am I going to deal with it, Louise?
Oh, white man
and
problems.
Louise is like, listen, Brad, I'm not popular either, so I don't fucking know how you're going to deal with it. And here comes Mr. Weaver. He slaps a yardstick on her desk. And it scares her, and she hits her bag off of her desk, and it falls down. And he starts going through her things. He's like, oh, what do you got here, Louise? Birth control? This is her teacher. This is a 15-year-old child, a 16-year-old child.
Mm-hmm. It was very weird, and the fact that none of the
control for
it just
he doesn't know what she has it for.
Yeah, it just pissed me off because there are other girls in the classroom. Like y'all, this was the time for y'all to band together, and they just sitting there watching her, and she like that pissed me off. I'm like, what is this? He just really does not like this girl.
Not everybody is a girl's girl. You will learn that.
Touche.
Louise learned that day.
And so she's like, look, I'm warning you. You're like, fuck you, bitch. She said, you know what? Your mama's a bitch. Bitch, please. And so...
No, because he would have got the business right then and there. I would have said, I wish Mr. Weaver would go jump out that fucking window. Because there is no way I would have let him coast. Like they say with children. When children get in trouble, you need to punish them right then and there. Don't punish them a day later. Because they're not going to know why they're being punished for. Get him now, Louise. I was so mad. See,
so she pulls a Matilda.
I was not, yes, I'm on my soapbox now. I was not picked on when I was in high school, even though I was a bigger girl. But I never witnessed bullying like that from anybody. Even me just walking by and seeing somebody being bullied like that. That's why I found it so, I don't find it hard to believe because I know it happens, but I find it hard to believe that people lack so much empathy that they wouldn't help them, because I'd be over there like, what the hell are you doing? Like, leave her alone. What are you doing? Because I would have been the first to stand up in that class and be like, oh my God, you're such a pervert.
So bullying, because I know it's weird because I feel like we just had a rumor mill, and it's like things would be said about somebody and everybody would like,
yeah.
So, but there was never, but
of course,
but I don't think there was no shoving in a locker.
Nobody was pulling somebody with each leg across the fucking telephone pole.
Yeah, like no.
That was not happening. I didn't see that.
No.
So that's so weird to me. That's so weird to me when I see movies and they depict it like that. I'm like,
because to be real, and let's talk about high school, especially where we from, because even when there was an exchange between two students, baby, it wasn't like the other person wasn't just saying shit. It'd be like, bitch, what the fuck you say? Like, it was not no.
And guess what? They just fought.
Yeah, like it was, you know what I mean? And sometimes the nerd won. Most of the times the nerd won. So yeah, it just
they got that rage.
Look. So, I haven't been to a school dance in years. So yeah, no, I agree. I think I don't think I just witnessed like somebody just outright picking with somebody.
And especially not a teacher.
The fact that it was teacher is weird, but maybe they couldn't think of anybody else to, because I don't know. Maybe if she would have had a bully, I don't know. Maybe it would have been unrealistic if she would have had a bully. But
I think it was just a little too extreme. But you know what? Here's his time for his comeuppance. So Louise exacts revenge on him. She has this little cute doll, and he has an outfit just like Mr. Weaver. So the next day in class, she just starts basically undressing her doll, and Mr. Weaver starts undressing himself
in the front of the classroom. She gets him all the way down to his underclothes, and right as the principal walks in. So of course, I don't know if he's expelled, suspended, whatever, because he still shows up. So I'm like, oh, so white men can just wear whatever. Okay. And so they send him home. They tell him, just take care of yourself. So I'm guessing he's on a suspension. But she, brings the doll home or whatever. She's happy about herself, but she leaves it. And so here come, I was about to call him Rover. I hate you. Here come Richie, and Richie plays with the doll. He knocks it all down the stairs. So I forgot his name. What's his name?
Mr. Weaver.
Mr. Weaver. He started tumbling. He started doing all this stuff. And then the mom finds the doll. And so she puts it in the washer because it's gotten dirty. So then he just starts to walk through a car wash. And I'm like,
at the car wash.
I don't even know if it's possible. I feel like you would die. Would you not die? Okay, you would die. Yeah, he walked all through there. He even got a hot wax, and he's not even waxed. They've done this better in other movies. But yeah, he just walked through like it's normal. There was a black man in this movie. And so yeah.
On diversity.
It was a good little comeuppance, even though, like you said,
I still don't think it was enough.
He should have got a broken leg or
out
something.
the window. She should have did him like, you shouldn't tell your customers where you hide your stuff, John. That's what should have happened to him. What do you want? Broken arm? How about a broken leg? So she also uses her magical powers to help Miss Malloy, which is her name. I actually wrote it down. I kept calling her Miss Frizzle. She finds true love and she wins the lottery. And she's like, I'm taking a sabbatical. Like that's what I'm gonna do. If I come into money, I'm gonna take a sabbatical, but I'm not coming back.
Because I was like, so how much money did you win? And
well, she's state lottery, so it could have been a good amount.
Yeah, so
it must not have been that much. Maybe it was like 100,000 or something.
But she goes to travel the world. She ends up meeting a nice Spaniard man.
He's a count.
A count.
So she don't even need to spend her money. She can spend his money.
Right. So now she's gonna be a countess, and they're just going on this Europe road trip together, hostel. And
I was thinking Euro trip. Then we get the scene.
So
Polly is walking with Louise,
and they're
walking their bikes.
She likes her 30-year-old classmate. She's telling her while they're driving up.
His name is Rhett Capelletti. Rhett.
Okay, who wrote this movie? Was it an Italian man?
Steven Spielberg.
Are you fucking?
Absolutely not.
Oh, I was like, what the fuck?
And he is. I'm king, and they know it. When I snap my fingers, everybody say, "Show it! I'm hot." And you're not. But if you want to hang with me, I'll give it one shot. Top that. You can turn to your blue. I will make a fool of you. Top that.
And Polly's she's like, oh, I feel it. So she's over there and she's like, look.
No, she's like, let's go the other way. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, Louise is like, girl, go talk to that boy and take your fingers out of there. And
she says, are you kidding? I'd be so embarrassed. Look how funky he is.
So Louise, I don't know what because it's like her powers start working without her even saying things inconsistent. And so she just rubs her amulet, and all of a sudden, Polly say, well, let me go hit this nigga up. And so Polly puts on her black face, and she rock over there. Supersonic, idiotic.
Disconnected, not respected. Who would ever really want to go and top that? Such a waste of pretty face, but hanging in your nose space. I knew you really want to go and top that. I stop that. I don't really give up about trying to top that.
Like, and they just have this little mini dance off, but he doesn't
back
ask her out.
Stop that. What gives? Stop that. I'm real. You can try into your blue. I will make a fool of you. Top that. Do. Top that.
I was like, if her white's back. And
it was so corny.
It was corny, but it worked. It worked because no one will ever forget that scene. It's been 50 years since the movie came out.
Right. 89.
So
what's that? 35 years. Wow.
Yeah. So this part confuses me because like he don't get a number, they don't start going out, nothing happens from this. They don't even interact until the end of the movie.
She dances and walks. Louise, what did you do?
What did he do? I thought he was gonna.
You gave her the courage to freestyle.
That's why they stopped being friends.
So this is when Louise goes to Serena's house and she's like, Madame Serena, I always want to be the most popular girl in the school.
Because
and I'm like, Louise, you think it's small. You need to be thinking big. Because what the hell? These are the worst wishes ever.
You better think big, bitch. So basically,
there are a lot. I had to actually go Google 1989 heartthrobs. 1989 Keanu Reeves was out there. 1989 Johnny Depp was out there. And you wishing for Brad?
Woo! Cry Crybaby. Oh, crybaby.
Is she wishing for Brad?
I hate Googling crybaby and looking at his face. And I'm just like, there's no fucking way you became what you are. So she was talking with Brad, and basically she was, he's doing that raggedy ass Aaron Samuels venting session about his bitch ass girlfriend. And she's like, why do you hang out with her? He's like, every guy wants to date the most popular girl in school. So he's superficial too. That's why they're dating. That's why you're not dating him. That's why you don't belong with him.
It would have made more sense if Randa was like the head cheerleader. The head cheerleader is supposed to date the quarterback.
Yeah.
But he doesn't call her that, is what I'm saying. He doesn't call her that. He calls her the popular girl.
Yeah, but I just hate that she's not realizing he's literally telling her why she doesn't need to be with him, and she's not listening. But it's a high school movie; she won't listen.
But did you hear Madame Serena's dig? She's like, Madame Serena, I want to be just like my favorite pop star, Shauna. And the name, I thought it was Shayna. I want to be like my favorite pop star, Shauna. And Madame Serena's like, that seems like a waste of a wish to me.
Yes, she did say that. So basically, that's why I respected her for not wanting to do the love spell. She's like, oh, I want him to love me because of me. But then because he tells you he's dating the most popular girl in school, you decide to just become that. That's not you're not the most popular girl in school. You're literally a dope girl. Like it's like
you just needed better clothes.
It's literally that's all she needed was a makeover. Because even her hair wasn't too bad. But it's like I hate outside looking in because it's like I see her worth and she doesn't, and it pisses me off. So yeah. So she finally decides to, she does go through with, she gets the ingredients for the popularity spell. She has to get that singer's jacket. She got to turn around. She got to sprinkle some shit on her. This would throw me off because Serena was like, this is the last of my magic. What the fuck am I wasting it on a popularity spell for? Excuse me?
It wouldn't be popular. It would be like the biggest movie star, the richest person in the world. Right. Because famous producer, a famous songwriter.
It's like they say kids really do think high school is the end of the world. Like
you think it's small, but you need to think big.
If you only knew what awaits you, I'm like, you want to, like you said, celebrity. Hello, I want to be cast in this movie. I never want to get turned down for a job. Then you're talking about. Job. Then you're talking about like,
maybe with no experience.
That's when I'm like, okay, let me use the rest of my magic. The fact that she used the rest of her magic on this spell, I was like, Serena, you a dumbass bitch, and that's why you keep getting reincarnated because you ain't figured your life out.
Never gonna be the same again.
So she, her and Polly go to the consort. They sneak in. Of course, she's using the magic that she does have, and she's on the list. She gets the singer to give her the jacket. She gets it
really quick. This movie came out in 1989. When was the big cultural shift? Because nobody dressed like this in the 90s. What year did it go to like, did all the white people go to like grunge? When did that happen? Because nobody was doing like, I'm sorry, let's take that back. No adults were doing like side ponytails, dressing like Debbie Gibson and Tiffany in the 90s. They were like, dressing cool floral dresses and, baby tees and stuff. It had to have been like 93.
Maybe it was, maybe the Spice Girls. I'm trying to think of
because this movie is 89, but it looks like it's 81 is what I'm trying to say. Like how they dressed and how it was
maybe they were just thinking that the trends would continue because that makes sense because the 80s are ending. Maybe everyone's going to dress like this in the 90s. Like, maybe they didn't know.
Yeah, maybe.
And then they thought the world was going to end in 20 years. So yeah.
Almost, it did.
And the clothing wasn't too bad in this movie. It just, like, it would work today. Like, I have a coworker who wears tutus to work.
So we're at Shanna's concert, and Louise and Polly go up to the backstage to the bouncer, and he's like, hey, Louise Miller plus guest. He's like, your name ain't on the list. I made the list earlier. She's like, check again, buddy. And we see that Louise's name is on the list. Then when the guy goes to grab the list, the name is not on the list. But then when it's in his hand, it's on the list.
Editing.
It's like, come on, editing.
He said it wasn't on the list earlier. I hate smart ass people like that. Bitch, don't play with me. I hate people like that.
Look at it now, buddy. So they get up to the stage. They see Shauna performing Never Gonna Be the Same Again. And she's like, yeah. And she walks us, Louise, oh my God, did you have a problem getting backstage? And Louise is like, no. And Polly's not looking like, how the fuck do you know Shauna?
Like, when did this happen?
How do you know Shauna? We never talked about you knowing
Girl,
Shauna.
how you know that? Girl, I've been knowing you for about 10 years. Like, don't do that.
So Shauna's like, hey, Louise, here, I want to give you this jacket. It's my first jacket. It's my good luck charm. I've been wearing it on every tour since, but here, you have it.
I'm like, not to just
this ended
destroyed.
Shauna's career. I know it did. I know it did. I know it did. And then we skip back and
like, what if that was like the coat that, like the jacket that her grandma got her before she died, and she was like, "You're gonna be a star, baby." And she was like, "You're right, Grandma. I will not accept a life I do not deserve." Like, Louise,
I'm gonna be a fucking star.
I gotta watch that today.
But yeah, so she's out of here. Louise steps outside with the jacket on. She's going to get on her bike. Polly's riding up, and Brad and Rand are like, "Hey, Louise, you want to ride?" And she jumps in the car. It doesn't say a word to Polly because she's done her popularity spell. She's popular. If she was the most popular girl, they would have done anything she asked, and I would have been like, pull over and pick up Polly.
That's where I can't fuck with her. That's where she loses her credibility because I hate that.
I mean, it happened immediately. It wasn't like weeks. It was
the next
minutes.
morning. The next morning, she cast that spell. She walked out. You want to ride? Oh, my homegirl. She didn't even look her fucking way. Like,
not even.
And that part, that's where I'm like, you lose credibility because normally I would have been on Polly's ass this whole movie, but I'm like, why would you do that to your friend? I can't stand.
I'm gonna be the most popular girl.
We get a montage, and so basically, nothing. I mean, the spell is working, but really, she just changed her clothes. Let's be real. She changed her clothes and her hair.
Yeah, that's all she did. She didn't I could see like the hair color change, something. She lost weight, but none of that happened. You're right. And everybody is just starting to dress like her. They're Louise Mania. There's signs on the wall at the school.
They're fawning over her. Like, everybody want to sit with her at lunch. It was just a lot. Yeah. And then you just see Polly like, what the fuck is going on? Which is odd.
Yes. You were on the same page that I'm on.
I was like, why didn't it work on Polly?
I guess because Polly was her friend before.
But she didn't ask for friends. She asked for popularity. So you should just see me as maybe she was already popular. I don't know. Because it's like, but she was
already popular in Polly's eyes.
But she was openly she was the only one antagonizing her. The only one. That's why I was like, spell is kind of off. Because if I don't give a damn if you are my friend. I need you to fall in line as well. But that don't happen. So
After school, Brad picks Louise up in his Mustang 5.0. They go to this abandoned house where they act out the beginning of the movie, but it's a different song this time. It's more of like a classical number. He gives her a smooch that
he still has a girlfriend.
Yes, he gives her a smooch, and I know they went all the way. I know they
like he lays her down. And I was checking because I was like, no, she still got a shirt on, but I know how in movies and TV shows they like to just insert. So
we got a lot to do before you insert.
Baby, no, because that's what when we talk about industry, because there was that scene in season 1, he got on this full suit and he get the guy on the couch and he just ran. Like, I was like, you're not fucking in no suit.
I know it's painful for men, but it's also painful for women too.
For to fuck a guy fucking you in a suit?
To just jam it in without anything beforehand. Yeah. That's not fun. I didn't enjoy that.
That TV makes it look so like hot, and I'm like, nah, baby, you gotta get that shit wet first. You can't just get it off right the bat. You gotta wet that shit.
It is. I don't know for men, but I know for women, it is very mental. So yeah.
I think men just be good.
For some men, it is.
I think your demographic of men, they just be ready to go.
Perverts. But yeah, so Louise Mania. So we go to the play and they're like, break a leg, Kiki. Because you can't say good luck. Louise says break a leg twice, even though she already told her once. And guess what? Right. Kiki breaks a freaking leg.
The girl falling over a ladder.
She didn't break her leg. And we find out that she is her understudy. But at that point, why didn't Louise just say, oh, I wish Kiki's leg wasn't broken?
Gee, Louise, what'd you do, tripper? Bitch.
But she would have been fine like that. But Louise was smelling herself. She didn't want to do that. She was smelling herself.
And she wanted to, get up there with Brad anyway. But my thing is, we don't even see her in the play. We don't see the play. Her parents didn't even come to the play. Because the dad talking about, I heard you were leading you heard, why didn't you show up? They don't
love her.
It's like,
they don't love her.
They didn't add what they should have added in the movie. Y'all been talking about this play since the first scene, and we don't get to see it? Okay.
Yeah, the daddy was one of the husbands from Bewitched, right?
Really?
I think so.
I thought they all died young because, they were, they had the AIDS.
It was either Bewitched or I Dream of Jeannie.
Maybe I Dream of Jeannie, because I know the two, the Bewitched guys, they were gay and they died of AIDS, and then I know the Brady Bunch dad was gay, but I don't think he died of AIDS. I don't think so.
Okay.
But
so Brad asked, RIP guys, Brad asked Louise to the dance, and Louise is like, I'm not going to go because I made Kiki break her leg, but I easily could have wished that Kiki's leg wasn't broken anymore, but I didn't do that. So I'm not going to go to the dance with you, Brad. You have a good day. Like, what are we doing? So Louise attempts to look for a way to reverse all the spells because apparently she's ruined her life because she's so popular that she can't even take a shit without somebody trying to smell it.
Right. And she's like, everyone's dressed like me. Oh my God.
Serena says, not on my watch. You did all this. You gonna
baby Serena living in a mansion now. Like she got on these 3 pieces. I'm like, how did you get rich? Like I didn't understand how did they explain? Because I'm like, why
she got that frog man.
I just never understood. I'm just like, wait, what her popularity spell got to do with you being rich and famous and stuff? Like what?
I don't know, but she tells her the real key to magic is believing in yourself. Believing in yourself. And then Louise takes Madame Serena to the dance with her.
Oh, and there was a brief moment. She does she's on the cheerleading squad now, and she's trying to talk to Polly, and she's like, Polly, I miss you. Polly like, really? I didn't think so.
Well, Louise sits down at the lunch table with Polly, and everybody piles up the lunch table and knocks Polly over to the ground. Yeah, she still doesn't say, hey, get the fuck up. Polly was sitting here.
So that's what I'm saying. Polly, it's like, she's like, oh, I'm in your shadow. It's like, Louise, I wanted to, normally, Polly would have been in the wrong because Polly would have been like those fucking friends from The Devil Wears Prada. And they just don't like that you're now the star. Normally, in any other movie, that's the character she would have played, but Louise was on that fuck shit. And that's where I'm mad.
Louise had the juice and was acting like she did.
Because she could have made them both the most popular girls in school, honestly. If you really want to...
I don't think Polly wanted that. But, yes. So she takes Serena to the dance, and Louise gives Serena the amulet, and she says, I'm going to be my true self. And then Brad sees her and he crosses the dance floor to be with her. And he and Louise dance together and kiss. Wait, before that, we see Randa talking about how she's going to college at some school. And she's like, yeah, Brad's going to visit me every weekend. And then we see him come across the dance floor and kiss Louise. And then Randa's like.
And Polly finally get the Beastie Boy guy. But my thing is, I like official breakups.
You're not going to kiss somebody in front of me as your way of breaking up with me. I'm fighting everybody.
Like, I'm just a fan of breakups. I'm also a fan
I'm even going to fight Serena.
I'm also a fan of this between breakups. Because you're not about to just break up with her and start dating me. So what? I don't know. There's just something. It feels like you're just still, you got goo on you.
You know what?
Like,
let's put it this way. I didn't have like my first relationship till it was actually after college. No, that's not true. It was during college. I didn't have any high school relationships, so I don't know. A lot of people got together, broke up, so-and-so broke up already. So I guess it's different, during those times when you're a teen, but not in my face after I just told all my friends you were going to come visit me every weekend.
The disrespect. The disrespect. Because even though she was bitchy, she wasn't like mean to him. Usually they're mean to the guy as well. Right. But it's like
she just only thing she did was constantly ask him what they're doing for prom. That was it.
Yeah.
That was it. So Brad really shows Louise that he likes her for who she is and not because of her magic, and the movie ends.
It was so. It's like it was like they built it up. We don't get nothing. Like nothing. Like they don't even have a discussion. Like, hey, I finally see there nothing. Like the dialogue was very limited in this movie.
She doesn't even tell Brad, "Hey, I'm a witch."
We don't even get to. So your powers are working before you hit. Like, so do you not have powers anymore? Like, I don't know. Does the spell? So if you get the amulet back, does the spell kick back up? Like, I have questions. Like, what if? Okay, so yeah, I don't want to be popular anymore, but I need to pass these college classes. Like,
Louise, you're 16. You're in the 10th grade. You got 2 more years of high school before you can get up with Brad in college. What are we doing?
Brad about to be fucking. You could have used that amulet to keep him faithful. It's just shit like that. I'm like,
that's a good one.
I mean, it was supposed to be a I don't know, because this was not a kids movie, but they tried to market it as one. I guess that's why they didn't feel like they had to give us detail about shit. But no, I have unresolved issues. I needed a sequel like yesterday. What these actors doing?
Robyn Lively still kicking it.
Yeah.
Blake Lively's sister.
Are you fucking serious?
Yes.
I'm gonna just hold my comments. Holding my comments. That's why they call Blake Lively a Nepo baby. I never cared enough to look it up because I mean, she's
either. Let me take that back. She's either her sister or her cousin. They're related though. I mean, her name is Robyn Lively, but I think that's her sister. Let me see.
She looks better than her.
Yeah, it's her younger sister.
Oh yeah, she looks better than her.
Might be half sisters because they don't really look alike, you know.
Yeah.
Yes, it's her half sister. But yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so that will do it for 1989's Teen Witch. I didn't enjoy.
No.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for the nostalgia. I definitely did. But after dissecting and like really watching this movie, it's not one that I think I would revisit.
I would just watch the clips of the movie that I like. Top that.
Stop that.
So what's your rating?
Try it to your blue. Oh, make a fool of you. I'm gonna give it a 6. So it wasn't too bad, and the only thing I hated the most was the brother. I laughed maybe once or twice, but it gave me nothing. There was so much more that I needed from Louise, and I needed her to think bigger.
For her to change her name from Louise. I'm gonna give it a 6 as well because they did have that one black guy, but it just was like I have a million questions, and it's just like it felt like I was because I rewatched The Karate Kid, and I was like, the movie ends like that. It literally just ends like he kicks him, it ends, and I'm like, wait, there's
right. What if the guy got back up?
Like it was just a lot. I was like, oh wow, this is just the end of the like. Yeah, they used to end movies crazy back then. Like so.
At least it wasn't a freeze frame. Yeah.
I feel like Peter did that before.
Breakfast Club. He did it off of Breakfast Club.
Oh my god.
Never gonna be the same again. So guys, yeah, that's it for Teen Witch. Please be sure to follow us next week when we review Kazam.
Absolutely fucking not. No, that is not a horror movie. That's not a Halloween movie.
Well, you haven't seen Shaq act. All right, guys, so that will do it for Teen Witch 1989. Please be sure to come back and see us next week when we review Netflix Originals Time Cut, which looks just like Prime Video Originals Totally Killer. So I figured we should just go ahead and do Totally Killer right after Time Cut, right?
Yeah, that's gonna be oh wow. Now this better trend. This better trend.
What is the thief of comparison? Is the thief of joy?
Yeah. Yeah,
we're gonna be comparing the hell out of those two movies. But we will see you then. Hope you enjoyed Teen Witch. We enjoyed it, and we will see you next week. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Bye.
Where did you hide it, Dan?